Good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of boys water polo on North Penn Television. You are tuned into Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV YouTube Live. I'm Eric Jessberger, set here to call all the action in tonight's Eastern Conference matchup between the visiting Wissahickon Trojans and the home North Penn Knights. The Rick Hale Natatorium is the setting of our square-off tonight between the Trojans and the Knights. As once again, I'm Eric Jessberger, set here for all the water polo action. As the boys water polo team is up now, and amongst the senior night festivities, they jump into the pool for our second action and game tonight, as they are set here looking to hoist and propel themselves in an exceptional record in the winding moments and winding games of the 2019 season campaign. And they'll have to top the visiting Wissahickon Trojans tonight, looking to disrupt the senior night party and senior night festivities in the Rick Hale Natatorium and the pool against the Knights. On the left side of the screen, the Knights in their navy blue caps. And on the right side of your screen, now defending, is the Wissahickon Trojans. Grayson Campbell to Sage Strauss will kick off the action for the Knights. And North Penn from the get-go, with just about 16 seconds on our clock used in our first quarter of action. The Knights already off to an incredible start. Grayson Campbell will lead the charge into Wissahickon territory, and the handoff and feed to Sage Trouts will be the answer. And the finish from Trouts will put the Knights ahead with a 1-0 very early lead. Trouts now on the defense. Wissahickon will find some space and will try and get an attack of their own from the cap number 11, Daniel Krieger. However, Sean Fakish will pick up the loose change, and senior to senior, Mancini will now feed it up to Campbell. On the bottom of your screen, Campbell to the big man, the senior, Sean Fakish on his senior night. He'll wind up in a missile shot. Swatted away and deflected from the goalkeeper. Repping the cap of number 1 tonight, the senior and the captain for the Trojans, Daniel Tumalo. He'll feed it up and connecting with Trojans up on the offensive end of the pool. And a shot there, an incredible save from Evan Mancini. A lunge will knock away and answer with a brick wall and an iron fist, swatting away the shot attempt from number 12 of the Trojans, the captain Anthony Scoppy. The Knights will win out and have an attack of their own. Chris Killian, the senior, will wind up for the Knights on the opposite end of the pool, and North Penn off to a surge and momentum, topping the Trojans on their first 2 offensive pursuits. A 2-0 lead here with 5 minutes and 32 seconds and ticking. And our first quarter of action will give the Knights a very early lead and will put the Trojans into a very early deficit, trailing 2-0. Fakish, the feed to Trouts, wide open in the crease. The chip shot to the bottom left reach of the goalkeeper. Unable to pick up that ball will be number 1, Dan Tumalo, the goalkeeper, unable to respond to the wide open feed of Fakish. The cross route finding Trouts, as Sage Trouts will find his way to a second tallied up goal tonight. And we're not even 2 minutes into our action of this matchup between the visiting Wissahickon Trojans and your home North Penn Knights. And a shot here is met away and answered from the basket catch of the reception on the missile. This is the goalie, the goalkeeper, and the senior, Evan Mancini. He'll feed up to Campbell. On the quick attack once again, North Penn will find some space. The feed to Fakish will be a connection. However, he'll get a backhand shot that will be whistled and blown away dead. However, North Penn will stay on the attack with the offensive pursuit. Mitchell to Campbell. Winds double Fakish shot to Killian. Chris Killian already with 1 goal tonight. He'll look for his second. The Knights will play catch. Here's Strauss. He has 2 goals tonight. This time, however, the goalie, the response from Tumalo will answer Trout's third shot attempt. This time able to ward away Sage Trouts on his attack, as the deficit will only be left down by 3. The Knights still in favor with a 3-0 lead. Whistle will be blown dead in favor of the Trojans, the call against North Penn. And Wissahickon will look for some space and some room. With some space, the pump fakes, winding up and then fed back across the pool. Number 2 unable to come up clean with the reception from the pass from number 9, Nathan Valentine. That's number 2, Danny Scrump. However, this shot will find the back of the net, and the Trojans will answer with their first back of the net appearance tonight. The wind up and the fire from number 11 of the Trojans. Daniel Krieger will make this game just a 2-point deficit. The Knights still up by 2. 3 minutes and 20 seconds on our clock here in the first quarter of action in the Rick Hale Natatorium. Once again, you're watching North Penn Television. I'm Eric Jesper calling the action here in the pool. Gracie Campbell, the feed across. The pass intended for number 14, Carter Mitchell, senior connecting with senior. But the Trojans will win out, catching a break. And the Knights will be forced to regroup and re-attack. An incredible defensive effort there shown by number 12. Anthony Scoppy will win out. This ball will be loose in front of the net. And Sean Fakish, I believe, will pick up the finish as he'll tap this ball home into the back of the net. It was sitting just about at the goal line. And Sean Fakish will make a lunge, put a finger on it, and send this into the back of the net across the goal line. And Sean Fakish with his first goal on his senior night. The Knights off to an incredible start, as Fakish will put him up by 3 with a score of 4-1 in favor of the boys in blue with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our action of the first quarter. And this shot pretty much wide open. Jack Kinnaman unable to pick up the interception. It will give plenty of time and plenty of space for number 5 in front of the net, Guy Simini. But Evan Mancini, the brick wall of the Knights, will answer with a response of his own with an incredible save, as the Knights will fend off an incredible backhand shot and missile from number 20 of the Knights. Matt Harkrider, my goodness, that caught, and I'm sure caught the goalkeeper of the Wissahickon Trojans, Dan Tumalo, off guard, as a behind-the-back shot will luckily find Tumalo in net and keep this game only with a 3-point deficit. The Trojans trailing 4-1. The Knights, the boys in blue, back on the attack in their navy blue caps. The Trojans in their white caps and yellow writing will look to fend off their home net here. As the road team, they're looking for a boost of energy from this visiting squad, as it's been all momentum on the home side of the pool and home court and student section here in the Rick Hale Natatorium. Campbell will tie up the reception, number 2 on the attack for the Trojans, as that being Danny Scrub. He'll then send this shot well wide of the net. Evan Mancini's pass unable to connect with Killian, and the Trojans will take over following their missed offensive opportunity. The Trojans back on the attack. They'll find some space. Wissahickon will play catch. Number 7 now with possession. Griffin Boyers will feed it over. And a cross pass and a floater will beat the lunge attempt, as Evan Mancini getting a little ahead of himself as he lunged out, expecting to see that missile coming at him. However, instead it will be a floater out of the reach of Mancini, the senior, in net for North Penn, as number 12 of the Trojans, Anthony Scoppy, the captain, will find the top right corner of the net and pull this game within 2. The Knights up 4-2. Sage Trout, he has 2 goals tonight. We'll look for a third here with still plenty of time of action. And another backhand shot attempt from Mac Hartrider will go well wide of the net this time. But North Penn will get some whistles in favor of the Knights, and they'll hold on to possession. Trout's pump fakes, feeds it back to Mitchell. Feeling the pressure, Mitchell feeds it back over to fellow senior Sage Trouts. Killian, missed pass to Keeley, and this shot with the clock winding down, Keeley will have to send up a prayer as his missile will be swatted away by the Trojan in front of the net on the defensive pressure. Number 7 of Wissahickon, Griffin Bowers, will fend away this shot, send it over the net, as they'll answer a North Penn attack that has been the story so far. North Penn bringing the pressure and laying the gas pedal on the early attack on the Trojans' defense and goalkeeper in net tonight of Dan Tumalo, as it's 2 goals from Sage Trouts, 1 goal from Chris Killian, and finally a goal being the 4th goal of the match for the Knights, Sean Fakish. All seniors making their mark on the senior night and finding in the back of the net multiple times here in the early parts of our first quarter of action. As concluding our first quarter of play, a 4-2 lead in favor of North Penn. The Trojans look to be working up some magic of their own before Fakish would have another idea and answer to the 2-goal response. The Trojans, however, are looking to try and build off of those back-to-back goals and try and hoist themselves not only into a tie game, but also perhaps looking to get the lead for the first time in our match tonight. A bit of a family rivalry also here in the Rick Hill Natatorium, as coaches going at it, as the Fakish brothers and the cousins will face off against each other, as Jonathan Fakish, the head coach of the Trojans tonight, being the road team, will attack Sean Fakish, his younger family member, Sean Fakish, in the pool tonight, and with other Fakishes on the bench, as well as an assistant coach, Brian Fakish, as they will all be met up with a family rivalry, some brotherly love, but also an exceptional matchup tonight of 2 very well-rounded teams. North Penn will enter their left side of the pool. The Trojans will enter the right side of the pool. The Knights with a 4-2 lead here as we get set to kick off our second quarter of action in the Rick Hale Natatorium. The ball will drop, and North Penn will ensue on the ball. Luke Schwarr will get to it first, and North Penn will take over possession to kick off our second quarter of play, as Carter Mitchell will feed it over to Harkrider. And Killian will look for Sage Trouts. Trouts with 2 goals tonight. He's in the cap of number 10 for the boys in navy blue of North Penn. The Knights will get a whistle in favor and will hold on to possession, as they'll work up their playbook and look for some space, looking to tack on their 5th goal on the night. However, this pass, an error there from Chris Killian, intended for a cross-pool pass for the fellow senior Carter Mitchell, will hit the marks around the boundaries, and the Trojans will take over with the trade of possessions. Number 5, Guy Simini with the feed and with some space. The first true attack for the Wissahickon Trojans in this second quarter of action. The Trojans looking to work up an attack of their own. Winding up, faking. The Trojans will play catch. Mitchell with the pressure. Now it's Schwarr for the Knights. Wissahickon holding on to possession. A cross-pool pass as number 7 for the Trojans, Griffin Byers. Pass intended for number 2 of the boys in the Whitecaps, Danny Crump, will be intercepted by North Penn's very own Carter Mitchell. And the Knights will head left to right and get back on their offensive pursuit. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in our second quarter of play. And a vertical showcase there as the reach and the palm grasp of the vertical reach from number 12 of the Trojans. The interception from Anthony Scappi, the captain for the Trojans, will intercept this pass. And then he'll send it going right to left. And the Trojans are Wissahickon back on their pursuit. However, pickpocketing this from the arm of Griffin Bowers will be Luke Schwarr. Luke on his senior night, he'll get a pass intended for Trouts. However, then fed on by Keeley and open in front of the net. No defender home to ward away this attack. And with just the goalie in front, the one-on-one matchup will fall in favor of Matt Harkrider, as he'll connect with the back of the net for the first time tonight. And the Knights off to a 5-2 lead as the first back of the net appearance in this second quarter of play will be for the home team, the boys in blue, the North Penn Knights. Thanks to the finish and right arm of Matt Harkrider. The Trojans will look to respond to the 3-point deficit in favor of North Penn. However, Sean Fakish and Jack Kim, the seniors on the pressure, will squash away this initial attempt as they'll sniff it out and send it away. Before Grayson Campbell is tied up, the ball will come loose and the Trojans will come up with the ball. Wissahickon winning out with possession. They'll look to answer here and win out with the back of the net and goal of their own. Number 2, the pass from number 2, Danny Crump, unsuccessful on the connection. The Trojans will hold on to it. And the floater off the post, number 13 with the shot attempt. Unable to find the back of the net, off the post and unable to cross the goal line. Giovanni Diamora. As Evan Mancini, the goalkeeper for the Knights, best friend of the post, will ward away that offensive shot from Diamora. And North Penn will come out still with the lead of 5-2 and get set for an offensive attack here on the right side of your screen. Sean Fakish floats it in, receives but pickpocketed as number 25, Luke Engel, will pick up the ball before the interception from number 12 of the Trojans. Anthony Scoppy will dwindle away the shot clock and take away possession from North Penn. A hook shot on the opposite end of the pool from number 5, Guy Simini, will go well wide of the net and well wide of the post. Evan Mancini locking down, and Simini shot unsuccessful as the Trojans still trail by 3 with 2 minutes and 54 seconds and ticking on our second quarter of play. Without a cap, it will be an interception in favor of Wissahickon on the defensive effort, and the Trojans will take over. Giving plenty of time as the goalkeeper and the captain, Dan Tumalo, will give time for his offensive attackers to get down on the opposite end of the pool. Danny Crump will bring it up across mid-pool. Campbell's reach attempt will swat away the ball initially, unable to ward away the possession of Wissahickon before the pressure applied from North Penn's Luke Engel, repping the number 25 navy blue cap tonight for the Knights. Will squash away the offensive attack, and here's Max Bachman. He'll wind up and send a missile off the left post, and will send it wide of the net. However, with an interception, Sean Fakish will show off some reach as the long arms will swat away the initial pass attempt from the Trojan defender. However, a whistle will go in favor of the boys in the white caps, and Wissahickon will win out. Jack Kim will be called with the stoppage of play from the officials, a call against the Knights, as Wissahickon will be on the pursuit once again. Grayson Campbell with the pressure. It will then be intercepted by the fellow senior Sean Fakish. He'll get a boost of speed. The breakaway for Fakish. He'll find his way. The right arm will wind up. The one-on-one shot, the finish from the senior. And it is Sean Fakish with his second goal of the night. Sean Fakish with the interception. A defensive stellar effort will send away and bring the Knights up with a 6-2 lead. Fakish, defensive, knocking it away. He'll then show off the hustle and go end-to-end on the both sides of the pool, and will finish off the one-on-one breakaway, beating the reach of the goalie Dan Tumalo, and Sean Fakish will tally up his second of the night. And back to the action. Wissahickon will get set for their attack here with the winding minute and 14 seconds and ticking of our second quarter of play. A minute 10 now on the clock, and the clock continuing to wind down. Just over a minute as the Knights will get set for another offensive attack. Sage Trouts, with 2 goals in the first quarter, has been quiet in the second. However, the Knights have been continuing to bring the pressure with fellow players such as Sean Fakish and Chris Killing with the attacks to give the Knights a 6-2 lead. Fakish, he'll find some space. The feed in as Luca Engel will be broken up. Harkrider among the scorers for the Knights as well. Not in the pool right now. And Wissahickon, with 40 seconds and ticking, will look to find one last hurrah and a Hail Mary with the clock winding down. A connection, bobbled, unable to come up with it, number 12 in front of the net. Looking to beat Evan Mancini, Anthony Scoppy. He'll be warded off by the defensive pressure of Jack Kim of North Penn. A pass in front of the net. North Penn will swarm the ball. Evan Mancini will surge with it and come up with the loose ball. Fed up. Cross pull pass to Sean Fakish. The senior floater will dwindle and cross the goal line, trickling in. Sean Fakish back-to-back goals. He now has a hat trick tonight. Sean Fakish on his senior night. An incredible effort. But my goodness, what a great job in net by Evan Mancini as well on the defensive effort. Able to come up with the ball, show off the muscle, and send a pull-length pass to fellow senior Sean Fakish for the finish. 7-2 lead, the final seconds, and the Trojans unable to come up with one last shot to conclude our first half of action. The Knights will exit the pool for halftime with an incredible effort on the scoreboard so far in our first half of action in the Rick Hale Natatorium. As all the action presented here from North Penn Television, you're watching Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV's YouTube Live. I'm Eric Jessberger in the Rick Hale Natatorium, calling all the action to tonight's matchup and looking over our first half of play. It's been all North Penn coming right out of the gates. It was Sage Trouts with only 16 seconds when dwindled away on our clock to kick off our first quarter of play. The opening tip-off tonight went in favor of North Penn, and the attack finished off by Sage Trouts would give the Knights a extremely early 1-0 lead. And following that would be a North Penn stellar offensive show-off performance as goals from Matt Harkrider, 2 goals from Sage Trouts, 3 goals from Sean Fakish, and a goal from Chris Killian will be the story of North Penn's 7-2 lead so far in our first half of action in the Rick Hale Natatorium. As for the Trojans, they're visiting tonight, led by head coach Jonathan Fakish in the Rick Hale Natatorium. They're looking to try to regroup and get a boost of energy of their own to try and work their way back into this one. Digging themselves in a hole early with a 5-point deficit, a 7-2 lead in favor of the Knights. If you're North Penn and you're the coaching staff, you're just looking to lock down the rest of this game and continuing to have your goalkeeper, Evan Mancini, play an exceptional game tonight, as I got to catch up with the head coach, Jason Grubb, before our matchup tonight. Be in a Eastern Conference matchup between the Trojans and the Knights. And when I got to talk about head coach Jason Grubb about Evan Mancini, the goalkeeper for North Penn, on his senior night, also mentioned the fact that Mancini last year was injured with a concussion. He's now back in the goal post on his senior night tonight. An incredible sight and great to see. And the words of Jason Grubb, very few words, but very distinctly talked about, the injury was very tough, not only to, Mancini being out of the pool with the team he loved to play with, but also in the action, he was a significant part. And Coach Grubb even went as well and far to state that Evan Mancini is perhaps one of the best goalkeepers North Penn has seen in the pool with the North Penn boys water polo legacy. So for Evan Mancini, he's looking to lock down the pool one more time tonight on his senior night, as plenty of action is still set to ensue for the rest of his senior season as the Knights and the boys water polo goalkeeper. But tonight, it's his senior night with a packed home crowd here in the Rick Hale Natatorium. Friends, family, all coming out to support the graduating seniors, as 21 total seniors graduating in the class of 2020 for both the boys and girls water polo teams were honored tonight. And as for the boys, they have 11 graduating seniors, many of them already finding their way on to the scoreboard and stats tonight. That being, as I mentioned, Sage Trouts with 2 goals, kicking off our action tonight with an early back-of-the-net finish from the right hand of Sage Trouts. Chris Killian would also follow that up with a goal of his own. But most significantly, perhaps one of the best swimmers to come through the North Penn program, both in water polo and the swimming and diving team, with multiple achievements in his journey throughout the North Penn water polo family. The legacy of Sean Fakish has a hat trick tonight as he concluded the first half of action, putting the Knights up with a lead of 7-2. As both teams will enter the pool to kick off our second half of action. The Knights up 7-2. On the left side of the screen, it's the Wissahickon Trojans visiting tonight with a 5-point deficit, looking to dig themselves out of that to kick off this third quarter of play. And on the right side of the screen, the boys in blue, the Navy Caps representing the North Penn Knights. The ball will drop, and our second half of action is underway on North Penn Television. An early attack from Chris Killen. He'll look to try and connect for the second time tonight. However, it'll be warded off as a great save from the goalkeeper of the Trojans, Dan Tumalo. The captain will send away this first offensive pursuit of the Knights. The attack unable to be answered with a back of the net finish from Killian. And the Trojans will work off an attack of their own before Sean Fakish will intercept this pass, pickpocketing the left hand and hold. But number 5, Guy Simini, as he'll palm this ball and send it back the other way of the pool. 6 minutes and 10 seconds ticking on our first quarter and our second half of play. Campbell. The pass will find number 11, Jack Kim. Chris Killen will be tied up, and Killen, the senior for the Knights, will come up with possession. Campbell to Fakish. Back to Campbell. Pump fakes to Trouts. To Fakish. He'll find some space. And floater will connect. However, unable to come up with it. Fumbling the ball at first. As it won't be a finish. Carter Mitchell just not looking the ball in quite enough, as an extremely well-placed pass from Sean Fakish, unable to be finished by Mitchell. And the Trojans will get a sigh of relief as they will hold the score at 7-2. Evan Mancini will come up with the ball. However, a call in favor from the officials to the boys in the white caps. The Trojans will come up with possession, as number 2 will get set to wind up and send a delivery of his own, Danny Crump. He'll set a free shot, and he'll beat the left-hand lunge of Evan Mancini in net. Crump will respond with the first goal of our second half of action, as Danny Crump will bring this deficit within 4 now. The Trojans still trailing, but now a score of 7-3. The Knights still ahead by 4 with just over 5 minutes of play in our third quarter of action. Fakish at the center of the pool will send it across to Jack Kim. Senior to senior. We'll find Trouts. The seniors play catch. Back to Mitchell. He'll be fended off and swatted away. The pressure from number 12 will be too much for him, as Anthony Scoppy, the captain, will be unable to ward away this pass. Mitchell connecting with Sean Fakish, and the finish from the senior Sean Fakish, his 4th goal on the night, will find the back of the net once again. Sean Fakish, 4 goals, will propel the Knights to an 8-3 lead with 4 minutes and just over 35 seconds of play left in our third quarter of play. Fakish will knock down this pass attempt from the right hand of a Trojan. Grayson Campbell, the lone man, the wind up, the fire, and the chip shot. The ground ball will get by the left-hand reach, as the glove of number 1 for the goalie, Dan Tumlo, unable to scoop up this shot from Grayson Campbell. As Grayson, on his senior night, Campbell will find the back of the net for the first time tonight, and the Knights will pursue and stay on the offensive gas pedal, as a 9-3 lead now on their home pool in front of their home crowd will ensue with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in our third quarter of play tonight. But this floater, of response to Grayson Campbell's goal, will be a Trojan goal of their own as number 12, Anthony Scoppy, the captain, will send a floater over the left-handed reach of the senior goalkeeper, Evan Mancini. And this game back within 5. The Trojans still trailing by a significant deficit. And the Knights still holding on to a very comfortable lead. Sean Fakish and Grayson Campbell will check out, as Matt Harkrider and Brian Keeley of the Knights will check in. Scoppy with the pressure on Mitchell. Mitchell will then send it up to Killian. Shore with a spin move. He'll get around his defender. He'll find some space. The shot, the floater, just well over the net, as this will just miss the crossbar and be sent over as an unsuccessful shot there from Luke Shore. Will trade over possession and squash away the offensive attack, and a possible back of the net finish from Shore. The Wissahickon Trojans will take over, trailing by 5 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on our clock on the right side of your screen. Number 7 winds and fires off the post as the delivery and the windup from number 7. Griffin Bowers unable to find the back of the net, as he'll find the post instead. Evan Mancini's best friend in the back of the net tonight, the post, will fend away this shot, deflecting it away. Trouts will be well defended and then feed it out to the Knights of number 3, Brian Keeley. However, his shot will be swatted and deflected away as the brick walls double arm swat away from Dan Tumalo will be the only thing Keeley's shot. We'll see. A cross pull feed from Mancini will find Keeley. The seniors will connect, and a stoppage of play will give Keeley the ball. A floater unable to find Killian in front of him, and the Trojans defense will win out and take over. And a timeout called for the Trojans as Jonathan Fakish, the head coach of the Trojans, will yell out for a timeout and will receive it from the officiators tonight and stop the clock at 2 minutes and 24 seconds left in our third quarter of action here in the Rec Hale Natatorium. Once again, you're watching North Penn Television, Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV YouTube Live. As I'm Eric Jesper, calling all the action here in the Rec Hale Natatorium for our conference matchup tonight between the visiting Wissahickon Trojans and the home North Penn Knights, as it is senior night here in the Rec Hale Natatorium with a packed house, most prominently being North Penn families, friends, and students filling up the stands in the Rec Hale Natatorium, supporting the 21 total graduating seniors in the North Penn Water Polo boys and girls family. From the boys team in action tonight and right now, 11 seniors are graduating, and many of them being showcased, being Evan Mancini with multiple stops as the goalkeeper for the Knights tonight, and also some back in the net finishes from the seniors of Chris Killian, Grayson Campbell, both with a goal each for themselves, 2 goals from Sage Trouts, and 4 goals from the senior Sean Fakish. And if you think 4 goals is enough, we still have another quarter of action tonight left to play. Sean Fakish looking to show off a little more of the skills and talents he has had with multiple achievements, many of them being honored before the pregame festivities in our homecoming action and events tonight. Or rather, senior night here at the Rec Hale Natatorium. Brian Keeley will apply the initial pressure as the Trojans will look to work up a quick offensive attack in front of the net. The lone man, North Penn's defenders will be left sleeping as Mitchell and Harkrider are unable to pick up the lone man in front of the crease, as it will be number 5, Guy Simini, on the finish for the Trojans, as a hook shot will beat out the lunge and a reach attempt of Mancini, the goalkeeper for North Penn, as the Trojans will win out, but still trailing by 4. Hawk Riders floater will find Killian. In front, saves Trout's shot. A hat-trick shot attempt off the crossbar. Trout's on pursuit, showing off some hustle for the rebound attempt. However, it will be swatted away. And Dan Tumalo will win out as the goalkeeper for the Trojans and send it across the pool. Going left to right, Wissahickon back on the attack in their white and yellow caps. A cross-pool connection will find number 8 of the Trojans tonight on the far side of your screen, Nathan Valentine. However, the North Penn Knights will come up with possession and find their way on the left side of the pool in Trojan territory. Keeley to Killian. The senior will hand it off to Schwartz. Fed over to Kim. Jack Kim will find plenty of space and plenty of time to work up a playbook. He'll find Killian, or Chris Killian, with the shot clock winding out. He'll send out one last Hail Mary. However, this will go well over the net. And with 55 seconds and ticking left in our third quarter of play, the Knights holding with a 4-point lead at a score of 9-4. The Trojans will try and work up an answer and response of their own. 13 seconds on the shot clock. 40 seconds on the clock in our third quarter of play. The Trojans in North Penn territory. The feed, the double hand, and the clinch, and the fire from the palm. The right hand shot from number 5, Guy Simini. Evan Mancini has a solution to it as he'll pick this off with a reception in the chest. The feed up, Harkrider to Killian, and Chris Killian will find the back of the net and will beat the right hand reach of Dan Tumalo as he'll find the top left corner of the net as he'll connect with the twine and pick up his second goal of the night, putting the Knights into double digits and a 10-5 lead here with 19 seconds and ticking on our third quarter of play. The Trojans will work on an attack. Number 3 looking to find his way under the water, Matthew Krieger. However, this shot unable to find the back of the net, but a stoppage of play as the officials will call a 2-meter, and the Wissahickon Trojans will find some space and an opportunity to connect with the back of the net. The ball brought in by number 3, Matthew Krieger. His shot unable to find the back of the net. Evan Mancini able to knock it away, the goalkeeper for the Knights. And the stoppage of play will conclude our third quarter of action in the Rick Hill Natatorium. It's been all North Penn as a 10-5 lead, doubling the Trojan score. Wissahickon, the visitors tonight, and the away team finding themselves in quite of a hole and quite of a deficit heading into the final quarter of action tonight. A 10-5 lead. The Knights have been able to work up a surge of back of the net finishes, beating the lunges and reaches of the goalkeeper of the Trojans in the white caps, Dan Tumalo, as multiple goals, 2 goals from Chris Killian, a single goal from Grayson Campbell, 2 goals from Sage Trouts, 4 goals from the senior Sean Fakish, all being seniors finding the back of the net tonight, followed up by Matt Harkrider with a back of the net backhand connection of his own. Is the story so far for the Knights' 10-point offensive showcase here in the Rick Hill Natatorium in their home pool tonight. As both teams will set up for their final remarks. And the teams will head to their respective sides of the pool before kicking off our fourth quarter of action. North Penn, the boys in blue, will be on the right side of our screen in their navy blue caps. While on the left side of your screen, the Trojans, trailing by 5, will look to find a miracle in the pool tonight. They trail by 5 on the left side of your screen in their white caps with yellow and navy blue trimming. Seven minutes is on the clock. 7 minutes left in our fourth quarter of action. And our senior night matchup tonight between the boys of North Penn and the boys of Wissahickon in water polo action. Once again, you're on North Penn Television as we get ready for our fourth quarter of action. The Knights already on pursuit. As I'm Eric Jesperger up in the booth of the Natatorium tonight, calling the action. And an incredible hook shot. Backhand finish from number 20 with his second backhand finish of the night. And back of the net connection. It is Matt Harkrider. My goodness, what an incredible shot. As Tumalo unable to come up with it, he'll receive it off the chest. However, unable to hold on to it with the basket catch. And Harkrider will send a missile crossing the goal line and giving the Knights an 11-5 lead with a very early back of the net connection to kick off our final quarter of play tonight. Harkrider will pick off this loose ball, feed it back to Mancini. Campbell will find his lone man shot. However, this will be sorted away by Tumalo. An incredible effort, but Sean Fakers will pick up the rebound, and he'll send a missile. The defender unable to cover him at all. Number 2, Danny Crump, unable to swat away the incredible senior Sean Fakers tonight with 5 goals tallied up for the senior of North Penn, repping the cap of number 6 tonight, as he'll beat Tumalo's left-hand reach and connect with the top right corner of the back of the net. The Trojans will be unable to come up with this ball, as number 3 will be pickpocketed of the Trojans. Matt Krieger picked away by Matt Harkrider. Harkrider winds, fires for the hat trick. Yes, sir! Matt Harkrider will find the back of the net for his 3rd goal tonight, and back-to-back and back of the net connections. Matt Harkrider, 3 goals on the night. And my goodness, what a performance he has put up among many of the outstanding seniors on this North Penn boys water polo squad. A 13-5 lead will be the story so far in this matchup, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds on our clock left in our play tonight. Wines, fires, but Sean Fakish will knock away the shot from Danny Crump, as Fakish doing the most on both sides of the ball tonight and both ends of the pool on offense and defense. He has 5 goals, and with that defensive stop, he is able to surge North Penn's possession back over in favor of the Knights. A stoppage of play will go in favor of the Trojans, and with some space, the feed, the connection, and tic-tac-toe precision passing will put the Trojans back on the scoreboard, as number 12, an incredible pass cross pool, will connect, as Anthony Scoppy will connect with number 2 for the Trojans, Danny Crump, and then finished off in front of the net by number 5, Guy Semeni. As he has multiple goals tonight, he's able to tally up another one. However, many more back of the net appearances are going to have to be tallied up for the Trojans if they want to find their way back into this one, as a 7-point deficit with just over 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in our play tonight. Brian Keeley will get the call in favor from the officials, and Campbell will take over with the possession of the ball. Killian to Harkrider. Wines, fakes the shot. Back to Harkrider. He has 3 goals for his 4th. Off the post, Jack Kim will pick up the loose ball and will be immediately swarmed in front of the net, as the goal crease will be a pound and a dog pile for that ball in favor of Wissahickon. However, a second whistle will come out, and North Penn will come up with possession. Finding some space, working his way in, the shot swatted away from the goalkeeper. Tumalo able to respond to number 8 of North Penn on the shot attempt. Micah Detweiler unable to beat Tumalo's left arm fend off. And the Trojans will have possession. And a call against Campbell will give the Trojans some time and space to work their way into North Penn's end of the pool. Making his way across the midpoint of the pool, number 11, Daniel Krieger, will then just feed it back to Tumalo, the goalkeeper for the Trojans. And with a stoppage of play, North Penn will get their cap. And with that stoppage of play, Jack Kim will get his cap back. And unfortunately for the Knights, Grayson Campbell will be rolled as he will be out of this game for the rest of the match tonight. But incredible showcase from the senior as he picked up a goal and multiple assists and defensive knockaways for the senior tonight. Grayson Campbell on his senior night with an exceptional effort as Campbell will conclude his senior night walking out of the pool, leading his Knights and holding the boys in blue with a 13-6 lead. With under 3 minutes left of action in our fourth quarter of play, Fakish will receive the cross pool connection from Mancini. Harkrider will wind, he'll fake his shot and give it off to the senior of Fakish. Cross pool to Detweiler. He'll feed it back over the reach of Jack Kim. Back to Detweiler. The shot immediately swatted away the defensive pressure from number 12, Anthony Skop. He will be able to knock away Detweiler's shot. And a feed there to Keeley. An incredible effort as a hook shot and a quick finger length reach will be met by the right hand and the palm of Brian Keeley. However, Tumalo able to read the shot like a book and sniff out the offensive attack. As a stoppage of play will put the clock at 2 minutes, 5 seconds, and ticking left on our North Penn senior night for boys water polo action. The shot from number 12, Anthony Scoppi, will go off the crossbar. Mancini able to come up with the ball, and he'll find Fakish on the opposite close side of your screen. Here's Detweiler, winds, fakes the pass, and gives out to Killian. This ball will trickle off the fingertips of Dan Tumalo and will trickle across the goal line. And it is North Penn with another goal tonight. 14 offensive points showed on the scoreboard, and it's Chris Killian with the hat trick on his senior night as he will propel the Knights up to a 14-6. Doubling the Trojans' score with an additional 2 points as well, tallied up to that 14-6. Here on the Rick Hill Natatorium with 1:43 seconds left of time and the rest of our action tonight. Sean Fakish, the senior, will check out for the final time tonight with 5 goals on his stats list, as Luke Engel, the underclassman, will check in for Fakish of North Penn. Mancini will pick up this loose change in front of his crease, and he'll now feed it up and connect with number 21 on the reception. Freese, he'll wind and then feed the pass back off to Carter Mitchell, the senior. Back to Freese. On your far side of your screen, they'll play catch on the far end of the pool. Mitchell to Bachman. Luke Schwartz's pass will be pickpocketed and intercepted from number 11 of the Trojans, Daniel Krieger. Krieger met from pressure from Schwartz. The officiating call will go in favor of Krieger as we now reach our 50-second mark left in our action tonight in the Rick Hill Natatorium. Winds and firing, number 6 shot, a chip shot to the chest of Evan Mancini. Jake Orr unable to find the back of the net. 38 seconds left in our match tonight. North Penn with an extremely comfortable lead. They'll look to put up one more last hurrah. The shot there from the right arm of number 17, the underclassman Max Bachman, unable to beat the reach of Tumalo, and the cross pool connection will find number 2, Danny Crump. However, a stoppage of play will find the Trojans still on the pursuit. Wissahickon with the ball as the captain Anthony Scoppi will have possession. 11 seconds on our clock left in our fourth quarter of play tonight. Now tick down to 7 seconds from the officiating crew. A shot will beat the reach of a Mancini and net. Number 2 will find the back of the net for another time tonight. Danny Crump will beat the right-hand reach of a Mancini. But with 6 seconds on the clock left in our game, the Knights will play catch and dwindle out the rest of this clock and our matchup tonight as North Penn, a commanding victory coming off of an exceptional win against Springfield Township earlier this week. They will follow up with an incredible win of their own here once again in their home pool at the Rick Hill Natatorium with an exceptional victory and performance over the visiting Wissahickon Trojans. The Knights will top the Wissahickon 14-7 with a final score, capping off our coverage tonight and capping off an exceptional senior night for the boys and girls water polo teams here at the Rick Hill Natatorium. Thanks for watching this edition of North Penn Television and our coverage tonight of boys water polo action. As for one last time, the North Penn Knights will lock down their home pool and fend off the visiting Wissahickon Trojans on the road with a final score of 14-7. The Knights will walk away with a victory and walk out of their Rick Hill Natatorium and their home pool with another victory tonight over the visiting Wissahickon Trojans. Thanks for watching our coverage of North Penn sports once again. As for calling the action tonight, I'm Eric Jesberg, and for our camera crew giving you all the action to your living room screens at home, I'm Eric Jesberger. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, everybody.